Hi, good morning, and welcome to What's the Word? Very excited to spend time with you, as always. However, this is not a happy time. I hope I can get through it. I seem to say that a lot. Today is about seeking Jesus, knowing that no matter what happens in life, God is there for you. God will guide you. I lost my husband on Thanksgiving. It's been very hard to function. It's been very hard to move and breathe and just live. What I hate most about death is that life still goes on. Life doesn't stop. And he died from a sickness that a lot of people are dying from. And I call it a sickness. They call it a disease. I don't know. It's an addiction. And he was doing good for so long. And his mother didn't even want to come to our house for Thanksgiving. I don't know. He said there was a lot going on with him. And, I wasn't, I guess, supportive enough. I wasn't enough for him to talk to. I don't know. I know that I can't go back. All I can do is go forward. No matter how much it hurts, no matter what the thoughts are, no matter what the past was, no matter how it led to what it was. The worst thing, though, is I saw him and then I didn't, It's just insane how I can see him and I can tell him that I was mad at him for what he did, and he said, "Sorry, I'll be right there," and never came out the bathroom. I didn't do that by myself. I did call his son. He was living here, as you know. It was 5 people, and now there's just 2. How quickly life changes, and things just. I say there's 2. There's supposed to be 3, but my 14-year-old is just, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Put a ball and chain on him? Am I supposed to lock him in his room? What am I supposed to do? Somebody says chase him down with a car and figure out where he's going. Sure, sure. I'll do that. I've asked the school for help. I'm not a bad mother. I don't think I'm a bad mother. It's just, I hurt a lot. And this is why we're here, seeking Jesus. You see me as a parent. You see me with my son. It's not, obviously I don't know. This is me. This is me. This is me. It's not edited. I don't have an editor, I don't know what to do with life. So we're here to seek Jesus and realize that life sucks. Being in this life sucks. But there's good things. God gives and God takes away. God knows things that you don't know. I think that's where it, is a confusion, and it's bad because I lost my husband and it seemed so dark and so lonely and so so much. much. So much, right? But I know God's got a plan for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to get there. I don't know. I just know that God is not going to take him and not give me something greater. I'm not saying something greater than him. I'm just saying, greater than the pain. He's not going to cause pain for no reason. What I like to think. No pain, no gain, right? The greater the pain, the greater the reward. That's what I like to think. Hey, I'm in a house. Granted, I have to do it myself now. But I'm a homeowner. Something I never, ever, ever, ever thought I could be. I was young and dumb, and now I'm older and smarter. I wouldn't say I'm super smart, but I know that God has got me no matter what. No matter how lonely and dark and painful it is. And I think that's where it's hard too, and why God gave me this 3 years ago, and is you gotta see him work, like I said, this is real, this is me, you've seen me talk about my husband, you've seen life with me. Sometimes, I've groped, I've complained, I've misquoted, I've, said some stuff. You've spent time with me, and now you see me grieving. And now you see me grieving. I didn't even want to do this. I don't want to do this. I still don't want to do this, but God's telling me I need to because I have to spend time with him. And just reading my Bible is not enough. We're here to be preachers, to teach. There's not just one church. There's not just one person. I believe that that's what God is about, is church is all of us. And we all have to talk about our personal experiences. The song that I have on here is God Only Knows, and nobody will believe you. Who's going to believe you? I have things I can tell you that you're not going to believe. That God didn't tell me he was going to take my husband away. But he did tell me when I was 8, before I even became a woman. I became a woman at 9, I've told you this before, but I was 8, and I had a dream of who I was going to spend the rest of my life with. And years later, I met his girlfriend first at the time. It was his girlfriend at the time, and I didn't like her. I still don't like her. Look, when somebody dies and somebody talks poo about you, like, God put me here so I don't choke this girl. I'm just telling you, Anyways, I met the girl, and I was like, I don't like you. Your man's gonna be mine. Like, all in my head. Obviously, I'm not gonna tell her. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell a single soul what was going on in my soul then, right? When I met his girlfriend, I was just had that feeling, and every time she would come around, I'm like, oh, my daddy, my daddy, my daddy. And I didn't even know his name until she said it. And I was like, oh, Danny, okay. And then, like I said, one thing led to another. I didn't even have to leave my house. I did not even leave my house when I met my husband. I didn't even leave my house. A friend asked me to help her friend because we had a similar situation. And this is what I mean. Experiences in life are to help other people. Me losing my children brought this girl to my back door because granted, I lost my children because I was young and stupid, 21 with 4 children. I could have done it. I promise you, I could have done it. But God had other plans. So his plan was to unite me with Tanya, who was bringing random people in my house. And I had to put a stop to it, but not before I met my husband, which I didn't even know was going to happen. Like, it was, I think it was around Christmas time, November, December. That's why she was, like, bringing all kinds of people, because it was the holidays, and they just wanted to, hang out and use my house as the hangout spot. And I am, you guys know this, I'm not one to have people at my house. I don't. My house is my sanctuary, and especially people I don't know. Especially people I don't know. Or drinking or partying. Like, a party at my house with people I don't know? No, absolutely not. And we had some ground rules, and she did not abide by them. But anyways, my husband was one of them, and here comes Noah. God bless you. Good morning. It's just us two here now. But anyways, I didn't even meet him at first. Like, I was just doing Legos and doing stuff for my son, and he came and, was just hanging out, just chilling, just, it wasn't a whole bunch of people at the time, it was just him and her and somebody else, I don't know. But I guess that was a problem that I had with him as well, is, guys and girls, friends, and hanging out, and, yeah, no, leading to a little bit more than that. That's what was going on with them, and I did not know that. However, one day, I think it was Cooper, Danny, and Tanya all downstairs, and it was like, I don't know, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and I was like, I'm going to bed, you guys behave yourselves. And he stopped me at the bottom of the stairs and asked if he can go to bed with me. And we went to bed. And we didn't do anything for months. Months. He wanted protection, and we didn't have any, and so we just cuddled for 3 months and talked in our bed and just bonded. Just bonded. Oh. Obviously, that's, it was a little bit more than that, but it was awesome. We would cook in the kitchen together. It was, it was great. And then it just, we had to throw Tanya out of the house, and, one thing led to another, and here we are. We own a house, and he got overwhelmed, and his mom, like I said, wouldn't even come to our house for Thanksgiving. I don't know if anybody knows Jamestown, Dunkirk, but there's one road that goes to Dunkirk to Jamestown, and it's a long road. It's like 20 to 40 minute ride. The brother lives in Dunkirk, and that's where you would hit first. You would hit Fredonia, Dunkirk, or Dunkirk, Fredonia, and then 20 minutes later, here you are in Jamestown. But she didn't want to take the extra trip to come see us. And I wasn't supportive. He was going through some stuff this last week before he did what he did. And I wasn't supportive. So now I gotta deal with the consequences. And, like I said, I prayed and begged God for a change. I needed help. And this was God's change. Give me Mary Kay. Look at what I just got. Like, how am I supposed to do this? Give me Mary Kay and take away my husband. That's where we're at right now. That's where we're at right now. We're seeking Jesus and trusting that He knows better. His ways are greater. And I say it all the time, our human minds can't comprehend life. Well, here you are firsthand. I don't understand it. All I know is we need to seek after God, and here I am. Gonna try to get through seeking Jesus, Simon and his companions went searching for him. Hold on. Oh, I don't even have my notes. Yes, I do. Later, Simon and the others went out to find him. That's the NLT. The ICB is later Simon and his friends went to look for Jesus. They went to look for Jesus. Because that's all Jesus wants. That's all God wants. And people like to question if Jesus is God. Jesus is God. Jesus is God coming down to earth to say, hey, I'm here. I love you. You're not alone. This is why it's important to seek after Jesus. Simon Peter is well known to us for his foolish, extraneous statements throughout the gospel. So Matthew 16:22. But Peter took him aside and began to reprimand him for saying such things. Heaven forbid, Lord, he said, this will never happen to you. Heaven forbid, Lord, this will never happen to you. Foolish things to say. Foolish things to say. And then 17:4. Peter exclaimed, Lord, it's wonderful for us to be here. If you want, I'll make 3 shelters as memorials. One for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. And that's 7:4. And it's got a little asterisk. So that would be 17:4. Greek, 3 tabernacles. He wanted to make 3 tabernacles. Foolish, right? Like I said, foolish. And the last one is 26:33. I think that was the one that I did not mark. Was it Matthew 26:33? Right here, 26. Oh, I didn't mark it. Oops. Peter declared, even if everyone else deserts you, I will never desert you. So Peter declared, remember? Peter declared, even if everyone deserts you, I will never desert you. Never say never, ever. Never say never. But Peter was always seeking after Jesus. Peter followed Jesus from afar during the night of Jesus' crucifixion. And that's what I was looking at too. So 58, that's what that one was. Oh. Meanwhile, Peter followed him at a distance and came to the high priest's courtyard. He went in and sat with the guards and waited to see how it would all end. Peter ran to the tomb when he heard Jesus had risen. Luke 4, 5, 6. Luke 24:12 right here. Where's 12? Oh, circled. However, Peter jumped up and ran to the tomb to look. Stooped, he peered in and saw an empty linen wrapping. Then he went home again, wondering what had happened. What had happened? Oh my God. Oh my God. Peter ran to the tomb when he heard Jesus had risen. Oh my God. I wish my husband would rise, but it's life. Peter swam in the sea in his haste to get to Jesus. John 21:7, and that is 6:7. Then the disciple Jesus loved said to Peter, "It's the Lord." When Simon Peter heard, okay, so the disciple that Jesus loved said to Peter, "It's the Lord." And when Peter heard that it was the Lord, he put on his tunic, for he had stripped for work, jumped into the water, and headed to shore. And where are we? That was John 21:7. Swam to the sea in a haste to get to Jesus. I would swim the sea. And even walked on water in order to join Jesus. That's Matthew. That was over here. 6, 7, 8. 14:29. Yes, come, Jesus said. So Peter went over the side of the boat and walked on the water toward Jesus, because Jesus said, yes, come. And they walked on water. Oh my gosh. Did you see that girl that looks like she's walking on water, but she's really balancing on a rope? That's pretty cool. But Jesus really walked on water. And Peter walked on water to be with Jesus. Peter did not always say or do the right things, but he did constantly seek to be with Jesus. This is me. I don't say or do the right things always. And who does? Who does? If you think you're perfect, you know what I mean? That's what I'm finding about death too, is everybody thinks they're perfect. Oh, he did this, he did that. And what do you do? And what is it that you do? Seriously. Because what? Yours is orange and his is pink, or vice versa, whatever, blue, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Sin is sin. Do you not understand? It's the same thing. Drinking, drugs, alcohol, drinking, same thing. But it's all the same thing. Partying is partying. And regardless, you know what I mean? People have bad habits. Bad habits. It's just people. It's human. It's human. We do not always say or do the right thing, but as long as we seek after Jesus, that's all he wants. He wants us to read the word. Do you know what the word of God is? Oh my God. If I can tell you, like I said, people won't believe you. People won't believe you. Seek after Jesus. Seek after Jesus. He did not always say or do the right things, but he did constantly seek to be with Jesus. Because of this, he was continually encountering his Lord. He was encountering his Lord. It's always yours. That's the thing, what it is, there's only one God above everybody that connects everybody to everybody. But just like people act different around other people because there's different vibrations, that's what God is. God is our God. Whatever your relationship is with him is exactly that. Only God knows your true intentions. Only God knows your true hearts. And that's exactly what it is. So to continually seek after to seek after our Lord, to seek after our God. Our God. My God. My friend said that too, is like calling it my God calling him my God because they believe in God and they have their own relationship, but they see it working in my life. They see me and they see God helping me. That's life. I don't know how to explain it. It's not his, it's ours. It's there for us to embrace, to love, and grow to be more faithful disciples. We need to grow and be more faithful disciples. Whenever we see Peter coming to Jesus, he's always accompanied by others. Why is that? Because Peter was seeking Jesus and others sought after him too. What are you known for by those who know you best? Do they see you searching for fame, power, success, or happiness? Are you known as the person who seeks after Jesus? God promises, and you will seek me and find me when you search for me with all your heart. So I have to tell you something before we get into this Jeremiah. While we're speaking on God and loving God and seeking after Him in your own heart, so everybody knows me. That's what they are with me. They know that I will seek after God. When I first met Tanya, before she started bringing people in my house, and maybe this is why God is, what He is. I'm not afraid to tell my story. I am more afraid of, I guess, the crucifixion part of, you believe in God, so, how do you prove it? Again, when I was younger, I didn't know. Even 6 years ago, when I first met my husband, I had all these pink slips on my wall with Bible verses. And she was bringing people in my house, so I just was like, I don't want to have the questions, and I probably shouldn't have done it, But I didn't want the, I don't know. I don't know what I didn't want. I don't know. I just got scared, and I took them all down, and I put them all away. And that's what we're doing today, actually, is I told you a while ago, I started writing the Bible verses, and like I said, before we get into Jeremiah, that was one of the last things in a fight that my husband had said to me, was to go read a Bible, go do something, and go get out of my face. I just go. And, that kind of hurts, because, like I said, he wasn't really supportive of this whole thing, or the Mary Kay thing, or anything, but I didn't think he was going to throw it in my face, and now, I have to suffer without him. So regardless, I have to still, like I said, seek after Jesus. And I totally forgot about the extraneous. So it's spoken or done without preparation, such as this. Where do we see? I seen half-hearted. Oh, we haven't even got there yet. Okay, so we're in Jeremiah 29:13. 29:13. If you look for me, listen to me. I didn't write. Oh, I put wholehearted. I meant to put. I put half-hearted, but I wanted to put wholehearted too. But if you look for me wholeheartedly, you will find me. What does the word wholeheartedly mean?
It means your heart is wholehearted.
Your whole heart. And then if you come say hi. If you look for me wholeheartedly, you will find me. There's my baby. Good morning. Awesome. So that's that. When you search for me with all of your heart, that's what wholeheartedly means. Your whole heart. Did you begin today intent on encountering Jesus? Is your search for him half-hearted, without enthusiasm or energy? Or are you seeking him with all of your heart? The heart is the center or innermost part of something. The innermost is the closest to the center. It says most private or deeply felt is the innermost. Most private or deeply felt. That's why you listen to your heart. Sometimes your heart will guide you wrong, so you need to be careful with it, because your heart can be deceiving. It's in emotions. It's when your heart and your brain match together, and your whole body can feel good about whatever this situation is. That's when you know it's God. If you're scared of something, It's natural because that's for me. I'm always scared of everything. But as long as you listen to your heart and you're going full hearted, and you know that, you know, what your true intentions are, God will provide for you. We'll get to that in a moment. Oh my God. Have others grown closer to Jesus because they followed your example and sought Jesus? If your heart is set on pursuing Jesus, you will always find him. The Spirit and the bride say, "Come," and let him who hears us come, and let him who thirsts come. And that's in Revelation. Revelations 22:17. The Spirit and the bride say, "Come." Let anyone who hears this say, "Come." Let anyone who thirsts come. Let anyone who desires drink freely from the water of life. The word spirit sorry, it hurts. It hurts. The word spirit, the non-physical part of a person, which is the seat of emotions and character. It's the soul, a supernatural being, a person's mood. That's what your spirit is. Not relating to or concerning the body, which is non-physical. It's not non-fiction. I said something about that before. I don't remember what it was, but it's not. The spirit is not. It's real, but it's non-physical. Not relating to or concerning the body. Not tangible or concrete. Perceptible by touch, clear, or defile, real. Able to be seen or noticed. Spirit is not able to be seen or noticed, just like God is not able to be seen or noticed, just like air is not able to be seen or noticed. We need air to breathe, just like a lot of things that are not seen or noticed. A lot of things. I've mentioned the trees falling in the woods. Do you notice that? Do you see that? Do you hear it? When an animal is born, do you see it? I added a concert to this one because it's in dedication to my husband. His mom didn't like that I called him my husband because we weren't legally married. You know, we didn't go in front of a church or a courthouse, but we lived together for 6 years. I bought a ring, and he was proud when I wore it, and he was proud when I called him my husband. So yeah, this is dedicated to him. When his mom was pregnant with him, I didn't even know this was a Grateful Dead song. All the years we've been together, 6 years, and I know it's not like forever. It's not a long time. It's really not a long time. But we've listened to Grateful Dead before, and I've never heard this song before. And you guys who know me know my favorite verse is "What more of the sparrows?" I say that all the time. if God can provide for the flowers in the fields and the birds in the sky and can provide for things that we don't even notice, what more are we? Well, this Grateful Dead song, I think, resembles that a lot. It talks about being free as a bird and being able to cry no more and being in the stars. I don't know the exact words, but they made him a card. I can't show you because I'm on the Anchor thing, but I'll send a picture. I'll show a picture. But we made him a little card, and hopefully I'll get one like in picture form so I can read it to you. And it is exactly that. And I read it, and I bawled, and I cried, and I know that God has a reason for this pain, and I don't know what it is. I don't think I want to know. I'm just letting it be the way that it's supposed to be because that's out of my control. There's nothing I can do. I can't turn back time and be there for him instead of being mad at him. I can't stop him from going in the bathroom. I can't change anything, so all I can do is spend time with God. Spend time with my babies. And worship and pray and praise and worship and seek after God and teach you to seek after God. Because that's all life is about. It's not about this money. It's not about this. It's not about that. Yes, I say I own a house, but God gave this to me. If you listen to God, I promise you, I didn't get this on my own. I didn't get to where I am on my own. God is the boat, and you're just supposed to, God will provide. God will provide. Thank you for spending time with me. I hope that it gets better as time goes on. And we always remember to seek after God first. Put first God, no matter what. Seek after Him, and everything else will fall into place, no matter how painful it is. Can we take just 5 minutes of silence? I'm not gonna stay here this whole 5 minutes, but just, if you can, just pause it with me and sit in silence, please. Speak to God with your heart, please. I love you, Daddy, so much. I'm sorry. Thank you guys for spending time with me. Remember, seek God, and everything else will fall into place. I love you, and looking forward to Scent That Entangles Us. Oh, yay. Fun times. I love you guys so much. Have a great day.